So I cannot leave this series without addressing something very important. This is absolutely vital to make sure that this type of conversation is incorporated within the client-clinician relationship. And it needs to be made absolutely clear. Talking about it allows us to practice the conversation because let's be honest, thoughts like these run through more than just a few people's heads. You hear us chant profusely, remove the stigma. Well, let's talk about it. I'm sure we are all too familiar with this concept. Trust me, through my experience of working in a behavioral health unit and all the stigma that surrounds resources such as psychiatric care, you're going to hear a fear or two. Joke or not, one primary underlying factor with this role, why there's limits of confidentiality and community resources, such as hospitalization, it's all about safety. Keeping you safe is what matters. Some of us have experienced situations, relationships, and upbringings that sadly we learn unhealthy patterns as truth. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety is one of the key ingredients for a person's self-esteem and stability. Breaking the stigma includes shifting the perspective. When we talk about mental health, something that's missing is that we push a positive narrative that's missing its duality. Let's use emotions, for example. If we're addressing happiness, joy, and compassion, then acknowledging dread, despair, and grief would be beneficial to give range, insight, and measurement. The therapeutic setting is a perfect place to talk about healthy and positive, as well as aggressive and intrusive thoughts. Yes, even those ones that we secretly wish we didn't have. A person has an average of 6,000 thoughts per day. We didn't say 3,000 good ones and 3,000 bad ones. Thoughts are going to come. Suicidal thoughts themselves are not maladaptive. There is a process that has to start to manifest a harmful behavior, but just the thought itself, no. So let's talk about that picture. People refuse to seek services for fear of resources, more so the stigma of these resources. And here's the thing, hospitalization, those limits of confidentiality, they're there to protect one's mental health by keeping a basic need at the forefront. And that humanistic need is safety. Safety for yourself and other people. Measurement of safety comes from your acknowledgement, acceptance, and vulnerability to the truth. That truth can be unmasked by practicing those components within your very own therapeutic alliance with the clinician. During your own journey, you may discover that certain things will need supervision. And over here at Mindsight, we got you covered by creating and developing with you your very own individualized crisis plan. So there you go. There you have it. I hope this series was helpful on helping you understand what that intake process from client care to meeting with your clinician for the first time was helpful. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and share.